What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be replacing the front drive shaft on the Dodge Ram, the 06 Dodge Ram 3500 dually. It's obviously four-wheel drive because we're replacing the front drive shaft. I'll tell a story about what happened. You can go ahead and skip. I'll tell you whatever minute mark it is, but here's the story. So we live out in the middle of nowhere, and last week I had a neighbor who dodged a cow. This is a working cattle ranch, and ran off into a very, very steep ditch. Like, her car was like this. I was able to get her out of the car, drove her home, and then the husband, never really dealt with anything like that before, was about to try to pull it out with a tiny tractor. It wasn't gonna work. So I told him, I was like, yeah, man, I'll help you out. Anyway, so I drive over there, and we're going to pull this thing out, and my universal joint breaks on the front drive shaft, and when it did, it tore down all the wires for my AirDog fuel pump. So I was stuck. I had to, with very limited tools, which is stupid of me because usually I have tools in every vehicle, but with very limited tools, I had to rig together fuel pump wiring to not damage my injectors. Very expensive. Diesel injectors are expensive, and if you run those out of fuel, you can ruin them. But anyway, so I had to rig it up and made it home. Let me walk over here to the table. I'll show you some of the aftermath, and we'll go under the truck and I'll show you the rest of the aftermath. Let's get it. All right. Look at that. Straight just tore the cups on that universal joint. Look how out of shape that is. That took some force, y'all. Look on that side. This is about as fucked up as a road lizard, I tell you what. So this drive shaft here on this side connects to your transfer case. It's 4 bolts. They're 16 millimeter. This is exactly what I used on my Ugga Dugga there with this, I don't know how long this extension is, 10, 12 inches, something like that, with a deep socket 16. And I was able to get enough length to pass by the skid guard under the transfer case and transmission. I'll show you that whenever I get under there. This is the contraption I had to use to get these are T40s, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, it's a T40. So I had to use a 3/8 inch ratcheting Milwaukee with a reducer to a bit, put the extension on there to so that I could get past like all this knuckle stuff, and with the T40 in the end to get those out. First of all, though, I had to use, because these have red and blue Loctite on them. If you just pay attention, you can see it right there. There's blue on that one, and there's red on this one. Obviously, a Loctite makes it tighter than a duck's butt. So I had to use a hand T40, like one of those, like a Allen wrench, but it's a star bit, and used with a cheater on it to break them loose, and then I used this to zip them out. All right, let's go get under the truck, and I'll show you what happened. All right, so transfer case side with the 16 millimeters, and this is all of the wiring right here. But if you look right there, look at all those little individual wires. This is how I had to leave it because I didn't have any electrical tape with me. I'm about to fix this, but I just wanted to show you before I did it. And then this goes all the way up to the firewall up there to a relay for the AirDog fuel pump, and it yanked 3 of the wires out of the back of that damn relay. Tell me how big of a fucking nightmare that's going to be to fix. I mean, obviously I could buy another relay, but I think I can fix the one that I got. So that's the wires on that. It bent one of these trans lines here, but let's go under the hood and I'll show you that relay. All right, so this is the ghetto job. Like somebody came by eventually that had electrical tape, so that's why that's on there. But when I was on the side of the road. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, you see how that's the backing of that, where all the wires are supposed to go in the bottom of this relay. It yanked all of that out, and as you can see, it's got a bunch of holes in it because I didn't put the wires back through the holes to stick it in here to make it work. I just made it work to get home. But yeah, one hell of a day, right? Okay, well, getting her back in, it was a little bit difficult because I had to use a ratcheting 16 millimeter, and I didn't use my Ugga Dugga. Putting this back on, I used a 1/2 inch drive ratcheting wrench, and I had to let this hang down against, like I laid like this, and I had that hang down against my neck, and like I held my head over as I was ratcheting on the top side. Like I would spin this so the nut would be on the top, and then I could ratchet it tight. Okay. For the front, I had to mix and match all kinds of different bits and swivels and stuff to get this tight. Ultimately, the last couple of turns was with this T40 with a little bit of a cheater bar to get it nice and tight. And of course, I put Loctite on all 4 of those and all 4 of these. So we done, folks. Well, we got another one down, y'all. Looks like we're gonna be getting some rain today. Well, if that helped you out, like, subscribe, comment below if you got questions. Peace.